good news and really bad news. The really good news is that I think that went really well. That's the good news. The bad news is that my recording thing crapped out. So,
how much did we get?
So, in essence, we haven't even started yet. In essence,
Of course it is.
yeah. Look to your left and look to your right. If you don't see one of the people around you recording a podcast, it's you.
Welcome to GameLusters.
Can you do the scary voice version of that?
Welcome to GameLusters.
I want this. You know what? I've changed my mind rapidly. I want this to have a Disney World Haunted Mansion vibe to it.
Welcome to GameLusters.
Yes. And I'm your ghost host with the most.
Beetlejuice.
It's no, Beetlejuice is copyrighted. Strike that, please.
You're right.
All right.
Please keep your hands and legs inside the vehicle at all
Insect sauce.
times.
That's my name, babes.
Welcome to GameBusters, a podcast from GameLuster.com. I'm your host, not a ghost, just a human, Nirav. I'm joined by my three co-hosts here today.
Hello, I'm Tim. One of my earliest memories involves Donkey Kong.
I'm Kate. You can toss all your coins at me. Oh, listeners of plenty.
And I'm Elizabeth. I know more about Pokemon than I do myself.
Great. So you can see we've got a veritable panel of experts here today. That we've got.
Really? When are we going to lead them? Oh, you meant us. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, that was good. That was pretty good. So real quickly, let's do something a little different this time. Why don't we go around and you don't have to like say like definitively, but like why don't we just sort of like say like what's your favorite game, you know? And if you don't have a definitive one, just pick one of your favorites, and just so people can kind of get to know what we're about.
You have asked me a terrible question.
Okay.
You have asked me to name my favorite game, and there are just so many of them. I like to play all sorts of things. How dare you?
Okay.
I get a new favorite game approximately every 3 months. Currently, it's The Witcher, but overall, Breath of the Wild.
I have to pick one.
You don't. I mean, I just said you can mention one. I mean, it doesn't. You don't have to.
It's going to be Xenoblade Chronicles, man. Xenoblade Chronicles
Really?
is the best game.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, my well, I think Kate sort of made me look like a thief now. My favorite is also Breath of the Wild. But I will throw out that like honestly, just I've played Death Stranding for the first time, and that's really up there fighting it, honestly.
Don't you mean Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus?
Norman Reedus' Fetus Simulator was a gift.
I would call it Walking Simulator 2020, but that's an actual game now.
No,
Yeah.
it's Peeing Simulator.
You only pee like twice. Get over it.
Do
Okay.
not drink enough Monster Energy.
You pee once in a video game and they mark you for life.
Every time I hear about
forever.
this game, it just sounds like people are making stuff up.
All right. So we are going to launch off with our premiere episode of GameBusters with our hopefully recurring segment, the Hall of Fameluster. Each week we're going to bring a topic. Each of us is going to bring a character or maybe a game or something like that to nominate for the best of that topic. This week's topic is spookiest ghost. Each of us has brought one ghost with them. Everyone, please place your ghost on the table in front of you where it is visible. Thank you.
The whole point of a ghost was it. Okay, never mind.
Ghosts can appear visible if they want to.
That's only if they want to.
Yeah. So what we're going to do here to kind of keep this like snappy and succinct is to give everyone 1 minute. You have 60 seconds to tell me why your ghost is the spookiest ghost. And then after that, we will close the polls for voting, and we will announce the winner. And that person, or ghost, I guess in this case, will be officially inducted into the GameLuster Hall of Fameluster. We're going to workshop that name and make it something that's maybe... You know what? No, I like it. We're committing to it. All right, let's get into it. Elizabeth, why don't you tell me about your ghost?
I mean, as the resident Pokemon fan, there's a lot of really freaky ghost-type Pokemon. But, like, you look at the Pokedex for Gengar. Gengar has a Pokedex entry where it actually says, there is no escaping it, give up. And what's even worse than that is that Mega Gengar will try to curse its trainer. And even worse than that is Gigantamax Gengar, who is the size of a building and has a mouth that apparently leads directly into the afterlife, and you can hear your loved ones' voices calling out from it. It's a Pokemon game.
You know, for kids.
My son plays this game. I don't have a son.
That's
Not
because the
since
ghosts
Gengar.
got him.
Yeah.
Right.
No, actually, Drifloon got him.
Drifloon. Drifloon was my second. Drifloon and Litwick were my second choices.
All right, time. Very good. All right, let's try Kate and begin.
Welcome to the Village of the Lost.
Ha!
Seated above an abyss leading to the depths of hell itself, this creepy-ass village is the setting for the classic Japanese horror game Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly. Trapped within are ghosts of endless tortured souls, forced to relive and relive the moment of their death in eternal agony for all time. A suicide victim tumbles from the roof as she flings herself off. A woman whose neck was broken by a jealous lover lurches towards you, every angle of her body just so slightly askew. And the leader of all of these ghosts is Sae Kurosawa, a twin who failed to kill her other twin, and therefore complete the ritual, which would appease these lost souls forever. You have no knife, you have no gun. All you have is a camera. These ghosts want blood. They want murder. And they will stop at nothing
Time.
until they are appeased.
Hey, very good. Okay, nice work. All right, Tim, take us home here.
It is the post-apocalyptic future of Fallout 4. You're in Nuka World. You've gone to a supposedly haunted Grantchester Mystery Mansion. You're there, nominally, to deal with a bandit infestation. He's fighting monsters, but something's wrong. Every so often you see a little girl outside the corner of your vision. Is she helping you? Is she hurting you? But you put it away. Finally, you find the bandit. He's been behind everything all along, trying to drum up the curse to drive people away. Except you go into the attic, and you see a tiny figure skipping, laughing, heading towards a door. You walk towards it, curious, confused. You open it. Behind it, there's only a boarded-up wall and laughter. The ghost is real, and she finds you funny, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, nice. You've got 10 seconds, but actually, Kate went a few over, so I'll let you donate a few of your rollover seconds to her. All right, now I'm going to start for myself. Okay, so Little Nightmares is definitely my favorite horror game. It's a 2D horror platformer, if anyone hasn't seen it. Basically, the last area, it kind of takes you to the final boss, who has been running the whole operation the whole time. The lady, she's kind of an older, or like a Japanese woman, I guess, without a face, wearing like a traditional kimono. And you have to kind of creep around her whole like giant like suite basically during the last segment before you face off against her. She's sort of the physical manifestation of gluttony and always wanting more, and so you don't want to get caught. And I remember when I was like sneaking into her room, I had to sneak behind her as she looked into the mirror and hummed to herself. And once I crawled under the bed, the humming just like stopped, and then like I peeked out again and she was just gone, and it was just dead silent. And then I cried. The tears came then. And man, I freaked out. Hey, hit 60 seconds. All right, so now each of us gets one sentence to refute the others and to make a final stand.
Ghost type beats ghost type.
It's like watching every Japanese horror movie at once.
She has no hit points. You cannot kill her. She finds you funny.
Humming is scary sometimes. All right, now we're gonna adjourn to the polls. Polls are open. Everyone, I see the votes are coming in very quickly. Here they are. I've collected them in my hands. I feel the heft of them. All right, our winner tonight is Lucy from Fallout 4, the ghost in the Grantchester mansion of Nuka World. Spooky, the spookiest. I think I can agree with, like, maybe if this was like a discussion for like most powerful, I think I could see Gengar coming out on top. But this is we're getting spooky here. So.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So with that in mind, that means that Tim is the winner for this Hall of Fame. So he's going to get a cool little treat at the end of the podcast.
Dear.
Yes, you'll find out, and so will he when we get there. So we'll move on to our next bit, which is sort of the meat of this. I kind of wanted to take the middle segment here, which we're calling Bustums. This is called Game Busters. You come in here, obviously we got to bust a game open, otherwise you're not getting your money's worth. This is a free podcast.
Feel good.
What are you doing?
Bustin'. Makes me feel good.
I don't know that one.
Oh, never mind. It's not very popular.
It's about to be. Everybody go check it out. All right, so what I want to do is just sort of like facilitate some discussion here. The idea of the Bustums is we're going to take this game, we're going to bust it down to its component parts. Think of it like a machine. We're going to pick out all these cogs. What are all the pieces of it, the things that are making it up? And we're going to kind of sort them out into like what works and what doesn't work. And then at the end we'll kind of talk about like if you were there in the development studio in the like at the making of the design doc, what would you do differently? So for this week, we're going to do a game I've been thinking about a lot recently. I played it a few months ago, but it's a Shadow of the Colossus. Big hit from PlayStation 2, 2005, I believe was the original release, made by Team Ico, published by Sony. The one I played was the PS4 version, but I think it's exactly the same game. So, yeah,
PS4
slightly different.
polished, I think.
Yeah. There's a little bit of quality of life. It runs at 60 frames per second, but content-wise, it is exactly the same.
Okay,
The-
great.
The janky ass physics or nah?
No, the physics are less janky, but there is still jank.
Got it. That's a feature, not a bug.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I wanted to kind of just like talk about like which of the things here are kind of the things that we'll talk about, like, I don't know, what works for you guys in this game.
Monster design.
Monster
I have to
design.
say it. Monster design's amazing. I love how each Colossus is its like own world, and how like some of them have like fur you could hold on to, and how they each interact with their environment. So even though the whole point of the game is go kill big monster, however 11 times.
I think
Like-
there's 16, but yeah. Anyway.
Okay, 16 times. It's still a completely different fight each time. I love that.
I mean, there's like 2 or 3 with a similar build to get you used to the idea, but they iterate very strongly based on existing premises. Like, you know, even the ones that are like similar in stature monsters, you have to do so much different stuff to do.
What works for me? Horse mechanics. Aggro, your horse, is a primary supporting companion in the game. He is an excellent boy.
He sure is.
Incredibly supportive and wonderful, and just a really good secondary character, you know, despite being a non-speaking animal companion. Just a brilliantly written secondary companion character who actually contributes to the main character's journey. And
Now,
I'm still crying.
Kate, did he make your top 10 horses list?
Yeah, he was number 3.
That's pretty good. You can check out that list on GameLuster.com of the top 10 video game horses. It was written with maybe more passion for horses than I've ever had for anything.
Can confirm, Kate loves horses.
Hey, it's true.
One thing I want to say though, like, that has impressed me about this game is that, like, there are only like 15 or 16 enemies, I suppose, in the entire game, but each of them is so compelling that there isn't like there isn't a need for smaller enemies. Like, it's essentially a chain of, like, 15 boss fights, right? I mean, that's what the game is.
It's an open world game boss rush.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. And, like, the thing is that, like, now I'm not normally, like, a big, like, oh, I love, like, rerunning bosses or anything, or, like, doing boss fight modes when games have those, but, like, just the I don't know, I think you really hit it with, like, how they interact with their environment being so impressive. Like, it's like, it's watching these creatures kind of, like, live out their lives, and then, like, of course you have to interrupt it and be like, no, this one's mine. But yeah, it's really interesting that, like, I never, you know, people in open world games will complain about, like, you know, enemy variety and, you know, dispersing the enemies correctly and stuff like that, but I don't think anyone's ever felt like there needed to be any, like, smaller enemies between bosses on this. Like, it's incredible how they, like, were able to convey, like, you know, or I guess deliver an experience like that with just those creatures. You know?
I actually found that part of why the story was so compelling, because it felt like this world is empty, and you're going around and you're killing the only things that inhabit this world. It made it feel more like wrong what you were doing.
It was the first game I played that ever made me have this feeling of being small. Like, I realized, holy crap, I am a small human amidst this world of giants. And there are other games since that have given me a similar experience. I mean, there are bosses in Breath of the Wild and some of the later Final Fantasies that give you that same sense of scale, but this was the first one. Like, dang, it says you are small and it doesn't let you forget it.
And it did it on the PS2.
Yeah, I think that's pretty incredible too. And I mean, a lot of, I think, the jankiness can be ascribed to the capabilities of the PS2, the physics engine and such.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was an extremely, I mean, originally there were supposed to be 48 Colossi.
Whoa, what?
I still would have played that.
Yeah.
I would play
If they
a
were all
48
that
plus.
unique, I would have played the hell out of that game.
I know people love for, like, longer, well, I guess the market at least shows that people prefer, like, longer games, but, like, I think Shadow of the Colossus is one of those games I can, like, describe as having, like, pretty much a perfect length. Like, that was exactly as long as it needed to be.
I do agree with that.
So, like, one thing that, I mean, for anyone who hasn't played it, the idea is that you're basically, like, set into this world. You're, is it your sister or your girlfriend? I don't think, does it even say?
They have never specifically said what it is. Usually it's not even, I think it's just, usually she's referred to as the princess, and you're the wanderer.
Okay.
But again, those aren't names.
Yeah, right.
So some people do, you know, just casually call it Wanda and the Colossus.
That's a Japanese name.
No. It's Wander and the Colossus, because you are Wander, the Wanderer.
Yeah.
Wanda is what people joke that the kid's name actually is, as in a fish called.
Oh.
Which I realize, have any of you heard of that movie? Wanda?
No, I was thinking of Wanda from The Fairly Odd Parents.
Also, yeah, that's a much more contemporary reference.
From, yeah. Well, one thing is that, like, I think that this the reason the story, it's strange because, like, the story is pretty compelling, but, like, I mean, just, like, write it on paper, there is no story, right? Like, you get in there and it's like a voice tells you that, like, you can rescue the princess by, like, killing these colossi, and that's it.
No, she does have a name. It's Mono.
Mono. Okay. Mono.
And I think this game really kind of played with who we were as gamers, because we walked into this game, we were told by a disembodied voice, hey, kill these 16 monsters to save the princess, and none of us questioned that.
No, we were all like, got it, that's what I have to do.
Exactly.
We just
like,
kind of accepted that this is a game, this is our objective, you know, we didn't question the disembodied voice, we didn't ask what are its motives, we did it.
Right, and, like, I think, like, especially coming before, like, obviously, like, what BioShock is, like, the big one for this, right? Like, but this came, like, you know, what, 2 or 3 years before BioShock, and I think this, I mean, like I said, I didn't play it till recently, but and I might be wrong, but I think this was maybe one of the first games to really like even question like to make like tried to make players question what video games are as a medium. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I get it. I get in here and you tell me what to do, and then I do it. And I mean, I don't know how you guys felt. I suppose you were younger, like kids when you were playing this game. Like, did you feel like the actual guilt for killing these colossi? Like,
1,000% yes.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the first to play with what is a video game, but it is definitely a very good example of it. And yes, I did feel guilt for killing, especially the later one. Oh, what is it? The cowardly one you have to drag out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's. I mean, like, I think that like I sort of like started getting like almost like sick halfway through. I was like, what am I doing? I don't.
Yeah. As you watch Wander like turn like dark, and you're like, oh, I think I might be making a mistake.
Are we the baddies?
Too late to quit now, I guess.
The really late game flying one, the super, super long one.
Is that the one with the sand?
No, it's the flying one that won't do anything to you until you get onto its back.
Yeah, that's you mean in the lake?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The one that just, it will not, it's so big and so peaceful, like, it's the opposite of everything we've come to expect from video games. Like, even among these giant monsters, this is the biggest one that we've seen, and it doesn't attack you, it doesn't aggro you, it doesn't do anything. It's just living its life. Phalanx, yes. Phalanx is the one that always got me.
Yeah, that one was like, I don't know if they changed its design in the PS4 version, but like, it was like presented almost like a flying like manta ray in a way.
Yes.
Yeah. It wasn't really a bird, but like I found that thing like really fascinating. And it was like, I don't know, like that. I think that one maybe was the first one that like caused me to like actually say like I don't want to play this game anymore. It was like watching it like crash into the ground, and like and all that like was just like what I don't know. I'm just like, I was always really impressed with like how I don't know. It's almost like the game is telling you that the only way to beat it is to just stop playing, and it's I don't know. That's always been very fascinating to me, especially being from an older game. Like if that were to come out now, I would be like, this is dumb. But
I mean, it was dumb when it explicitly did that in Spec Ops: The Line.
Yeah, Spec Ops: The Line is another great example of that. Yeah.
The problem was I feel Spec Ops: The Line was like way too heavy-handed with it.
Yeah.
And Spec Ops: The Line also forced you to do stuff. It then directly admonished you for doing, rather than having you do a thing and then making you more naturally feel guilty for doing it.
But since we're busting this game open, I feel like that leads to the question, like, does it work? Because you start to realize not too far into the game that you're harming peaceful wildlife that is just kind of living its life. And, does it work? I mean, all of us obviously continued playing, even though we had this feeling that Nirav has described as guilt or sickness. But how many gamers have been driven away from this?
For me, it was maybe if I keep going, we'd already gotten halfway through, and they had told us you'll save the princess or whatever. You're like, maybe I can get one good thing out of this, because at the point I'm at, I've killed like 6 of these.
Oh, sort of sunk cost fallacy.
Which I think is what Wander was feeling at the time.
Oh god, is this sunk cost fallacy the video game?
It might be. I actually have to say quickly though, I actually didn't finish the game. I think I had two colossi left, and very frankly, I said to myself, this game is making me sad, and I don't like feeling sad, and I put it away, and I was still very, very impressed with it though. It was like,
the important
but Nirav,
question.
if you don't complete the game, then ICO can never happen.
That's the question: is does it work? It's very good at getting you to feel these things. But does it work? I mean, it's not even it's not one of those gray area games where it's saying are you in the wrong? Are you in the right? Are you the good guy? Are you the bad guy? It pretty blatantly says no, what Wander is doing is...
Yeah, like,
happy.
you are very explicitly the bad guy of this story. And, like...
Oh, yeah.
It's... Maybe, well, discounting the voice, I suppose, in the temple. But, like...
You're doing horrible deeds for what you presume are noble intentions.
Yes. Okay, yeah, great way to put it.
But do we even know about anything about the princess, though? You know, we know that she's in danger, but is she a good person? Is she a bad person? Could she have been, you know, a conqueror or a dictator? We really just have so little information about who these people are.
The interesting thing, we do know she's a good person, ironically, because we can hear her voice begging us to stop.
True.
Yeah.
That's fair. So what I was thinking, rather than just trying to like look around and nitpick for stuff we maybe like don't like as much, I was thinking maybe we present this as like, picture yourself, you're in the room at Team Ica when we're building the design doc for this game. You have, you know, whatever resources and stuff you need. That's not the issue. But what are the problems with this that you, or not even problems, but things that you think could have conveyed the intent of the game in a better way, maybe?
Signs of worship, maybe.
Ooh, that would have been interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah, signs of worship of the Colossi.
That would be great. That actually sort of ties to like my thing that I was going to suggest is like abandoned homes or villages or something like that, like places where people used to live like very long ago. I think it would be very interesting to see like degrading, you know, overgrown ruins and stuff like that is what I mean.
Yeah, that would have been.
But yeah, like a sign of a culture, I guess, built around the Colossi, like that they are these like, it would have given a little more weight to them, I guess, being these sort of like ancient creatures that are these undying entities. They are just like they are a quality of the earth rather than something inhabiting it, you know?
I mean, there are signs of civilization, but they're not signs of Colossi-focused civilization. Like, you encounter several Colossi in obviously man-made structures.
Right, that's fair, you do.
But they don't seem to be, except maybe the one for the Cowardly Colossus, which might have been built for it, because it's almost perfectly sized. But, I don't know, it doesn't seem like... It seems like they've just taken up residence in these abandoned spaces rather than existing, you know, the spaces cropped up around them, which I think would have been much more, like, interesting.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like, if like, I think we're describing a different kind of story now, but, like, I'm imagining, like, an idea of a world where each of the Colossi sort of were worshipped and, like, a temple was almost built around them. Like, and you can sort of see, like, features and, like, things in those temples could be really cool at conveying, like, the personality almost of these creatures, like, and maybe even driving home, like, farther the point that they're not, like, monsters lumbering around, right? Like,
Yeah.
Each of them has, like, a history or whatever. I think that could be cool, whether that's, you know, and that could have been applied either, like, any, you know, regardless, but... I don't know.
I think I'd also want to see more about the voice, you know?
Yeah.
The disembodied... I mean, I know it's being deliberately vague, but I wanted to know more. I came out of the game wanting to know more.
I'm pretty sure that it's canon that is the voice of Ueda. Just sort of like, he's become an all-powerful god. This is his world, and we're living in it.
I had not actually heard that interpretation before.
I think that was mostly a joke, but now that I've said it, I feel like it might be real.
Oh.
I don't think so. Again, because remember that the three major games by Team Ico are a reverse trilogy. So the Last Guardian leads into Wander and the Colossus leads into Ico chronologically.
Oh, okay. I actually didn't know that. Yeah.
I didn't know Last Guardian connected in.
Mm-hmm.
I've not played any of Ico's other games, but I know The Last Guardian had like sort of mixed reception. Did you play that?
I loved it. I didn't play all
Clearly
of it.
what Shadow of the Colossus needed then was Trico.
A good boy.
That's actually a good point. Trico and the armored, especially the armored Tricos, are very reminiscent of Colossi. And granted, this is, applying with hindsight, but it would have been great to have seen a Tricos.
Oh, are there multiple Tricos in that game?
Yes.
So he's not really the last Guardian.
Well, he's the only one that's free.
Okay.
Yes.
So it would have been cool to see some, like, how did Trico and the Trico race, how did they become, if they became the Colossi, how?
Oh
I
yeah.
would have see that.
And that would have been
There's some
that could have
depth
been
there.
that could have been something to add into the PS4 version, honestly, in like retrospect, But
Especially now that we have this trilogy. I feel like we could have more to connect it in. This isn't necessarily something you could have done in the original studio, but now that we have all three of these games, I feel like the remakes could have done more to connect them.
yeah, I agree. All right, I want to kind of bring this discussion down to a close. You have any like further thoughts on this? You want to recommend it or not recommend it to anybody out there?
I absolutely recommend it.
Oh,
Everyone should at
recommend
least
it, I mean-
experience it.
Yeah, it's,
Get the remaster. I know a lot of people want to play it retro, but the remaster is just such. I mean, functionally,
less
it's the
jank
same
and
game,
physics.
but yes, it's a much smoother thing.
Yeah.
It's
Agreed.
twice the frame rate, so it's so much smoother.
Yeah, it's a beautiful looking game, and like even like they paid a lot of, I think it was Blue Point that did the remake, right? Like they paid so much attention to like the lighting and particle physics. Even like it's one of the better looking PS4 games in my opinion.
We've been using a lot of words like intense, emotional, like hard to play, sad, but even hearing that, play it. It's an experience that a gamer should have because it
Faux show.
it asks us so much about what are video games and why do we play them.
All right, nice job, guys. I think we've busted Shadow of the Colossus. We will. I will find some gamer glue to put it back together, and after that happens, you guys can go out and play it. I'm sure it'll be available. All right, so I want to jump into our next thing, which is sort of a game for us, just to kind of have some fun. So I'm gonna call this one Sub That Sequel. I think we're gonna do a different game each week. So for this one, I've picked out a few games that had sequels that had just a number. There was no subtitle. I want us to give them a subtitle instead of the number.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we
It's
keep
time to
the
get
number
creative.
if we think it'll work.
We can if it works with the number, we can keep the number too. Yeah.
Okay.
Like we can do a Witcher 3 Wild Hunt if that feels appropriate. All right, so we're gonna
Tim,
start off.
You can't just say Electric Boogaloo for all of these.
Yeah.
Oh no!
The
You
only-
don't.
You have
Second
you have
game.
yeah you have one Electric Boogaloo to use. That's it.
Yeah. Besides, we're gonna have to do it for a number 3, Electric Beagle. Come on.
Okay, so Tim, you should get us started on this one because for the first one I picked Borderlands 3. Tell me about that
Okay.
one. What do you got?
Let's. I mean, it depends on what you want to focus on. You could do Borderlands 3. You'll hate her. Who's her?
That's so vaguely read.
So we can do this like kind of like funny, but like I was thinking like from a marketing perspective, like what's the thing you want people to know before buying the game? What's this about?
Beyond Pandora, I think would actually be a good, effective marketing.
Okay.
Borderlands 3 Beyond Pandora, because we're finally going off Pandora's little universe for
Sure.
the first time in the series. We've gone to its moon, but now we're heading way away.
I like that name a lot. That's attention grabbing for me. I've not played Borderlands 3, but I'm interested in that. Okay. All right. Let's try this one here. Maybe this one's for me, but Fallout 4.
I have a funny but also perfect one for this.
Sure.
Nate and Nora's Infinite Wasteland playlist.
That's actually like not the worst. it
Fallout
kind of like
4, the year 2020.
yeah. Wow.
Fallout 4. They took my baby. Dingoes took my baby. There we go.
Dingoes took my baby. That would be good for like maybe like a Mad Max Australia situation.
Fallout 4? What? No.
Yeah, if anyone's not aware, like the Fallout 1 was literally a video game version. Somebody made an unlicensed Mad Max game.
Well, technically, they made a a spin-off / rip-off of an unlicensed Mad Max game.
Oh, which is Wasteland. Yeah, Wasteland. Yeah. That's correct. Sorry.
Wow, incredible.
Fallout 4 Soul Survivor, but Soul is spelled like SOUL.
Honestly, like I wouldn't mind that either. Like like retroactively also like Fallout 3 would be like Fallout 3 The Wanderer.
Yep.
And then like this could be like Fallout 4 Soul Survivor. I think that's actually a good naming scheme for that.
That would be actually.
That's what their canon names are.
Yeah, for sure.
Are,
I actually like that.
But yeah, the Lone Wanderer. It's the Vault Dweller, the Chosen One, the Lone Wanderer, the Courier, and the Soul Survivor.
Yep.
I like that. I about to say I would play that, but I have.
Okay. Here's one. Ready? BioShock 2.
Always got a groove back.
I haven't played BioShock. I don't know.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm thinking.
An easy one would be something like Rapture Rising, but that's like too easy,
No, The Fall of Rapture.
The Fall of Rapture. Okay. That's not bad. Now, if I was gonna take the two, I think BioShock 2, The Fall of Rapture sounds good. If I was gonna take like the two out of it though, like how BioShock Infinite and then Burial at Sea are like, just like non-numbered. Like, I'm trying to think if I would say like BioShock Big Daddy Time.
Yeah.
What about BioShock something and Lamb? Like not like Lion and the Lamb, but something.
That would work for Infinite.
Yeah, because Infinite has that whole theme about like the lion and the lamb and all that.
Yeah.
I think that
also have
I just was thinking because like Lamb's Rapture family was what I was going for. BioShock Blood of the Lamb.
Again, that works so...
Blood of the Lamb is good.
Yeah, but I'd say, again, that one works even better for Infinite because one of the characters has not exactly the nickname, but the title of the Lamb.
Yeah, they like call them the Lamb, yeah. Maybe...
The Lamb...
There's the Lamb family in 2, though, is what I was thinking of. That were connected with the Rapture. Also, Elizabeth, please say that pun again.
The Lambly.
The Lambly? What?
The Lamb family.
The Lamb family.
The Lambly.
I like to call it the Lambly.
BioShock 2, welcome to the Lambly.
Yes.
All right.
All in the Lambly.
Done. It's done. Okay, so this one I have to say when I was told the name of this game originally, I was like, that sucks. Do something else. The Last of Us Part 2. I think that's a stupid thing to say. Give it a name.
The Last of Us 2. We found even more.
There's The Last of Us 2. There's more of us.
There's more of us.
Okay. What if
The Last of Us? More of us. The more of us.
Okay, what I was honestly thinking was like, and I know this is bad branding, but like I think it would be so cool if it had been called The Next of Us. And it's like,
good
the rest of us.
Yeah.
The best
what
of
is
us
it?
For the rest of
No,
us.
I said okay, yeah, the best of us, the Festivus Part 2.
The Uncle Festervus.
Tomorrow there'll be more of us. Oh wait, that was another Hamilton
Raise a
quote.
glass to the four of us.
Tomorrow there'll be more of us.
Is this Hamilton again? Okay. Always.
There's a very good chance if you have Kate and I on together, we will break into song.
Hamilton is really good. I saw it.
I like Elizabeth's suggestion. I like The Last of Us 2. We found more of us.
The Last of Us 2.
There's more of us.
There's more of us. Here we come. All right, let's try this one. Luigi's Mansion 3. Because remember, Luigi's Mansion 2 was called Dark Moon. What's Luigi's Mansion 3?
You can't call it anything other than Year of Luigi.
Eclipse.
Luigi's Mansion Eclipse.
That sounds like a Twilight book.
God.
That's what the remake of the first one is called, or the sequel, Dark.
The second game is just called Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. It doesn't have a 2 on it.
Luigi's Mansion. Why is Guigi?
Luigi's Mansion. It's goo time, baby.
Luigi's Mansion Haunted High Rise.
Luigi's
Haunted-
Mansion.
okay.
Go for the ghouls.
We could do like Hotel Horror was boring,
Yeah.
but like
Gootel.
Gootel.
I'm gonna make a goop on whatever you say.
Goo-
Elizabeth, help me here. Goopons.
We could go Horror Tell.
Horror Tell.
Yeah, but then you can't put goo in it without it being gore. That's not the point of Luigi's Mansion. That would be a very different game.
Gooigi is the point of Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion 3 Gooigi. It's done. All right.
Thought
Let's try this one.
of Luigi.
Portal 2.
The part where he kills you.
What?
The part where he kills you.
Okay, so it's just called Portal, the part where he kills you.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what it's the part. It's the part.
It's that part.
Portal 2, Gladys Boogaloo.
Gladys Boogaloo's okay.
Or actually, no. That one is actually how Gladys got her groove back.
I guess it is. I think it'd be fun if it was if it was just called something like that, like wouldn't make any sense before playing it, like Portal, like, you know, Potato Time.
Portal 2, Combusting Lemons.
What if it was just like something like Test Number 2 or something like that, like Examination 2?
That's the kind of vein I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Well, no, because the Extended Testing Initiative is a thing in that. So
I was also gonna try to make a joke with like the fact that you need 2 portals to travel anywhere, but I couldn't think of how to make it work with the title.
Even more portals.
Portal 2, there's more of us.
Portal 2, another game like TO.
Oh, you know what? That's like not even that crazy. Portal 2, another one.
I would just love to have the logo be Poor instead of a T2AL.
Poor Tool.
Poor Tool.
Actually, you're right. We're subbing this out for Poor Tool. All right.
The 7. Like
Yes,
the movie
yes,
7
yes.
with like the 7 number 7 in the middle of it.
All right.
7.
Hit me with this one. Help me with this, please.
Seven.
Assassin's Creed 2.
More people to kill.
It's me, your Uncle Mario. No.
Assassin's Creed
Now,
2.
I was thinking,
I'll have
like-
to kill more people.
Think in the vein of like we have like Origins and then we have like Odyssey, like have, you know, subtitle names. Like in the vein of that. What?
Does it have to begin with the letter O?
No, but it can.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed,
Objective.
Ezio.
Objective.
Hmm.
Assassin's Creed Objective.
Huh.
I do kind of like that actually.
See, we've
They
had
should
Revelation.
hire me to subtitle games.
Ubisoft should
then-
hire you to subtitle their games.
No, everyone should hire me because I want to be hired to subtitle games before they make a Witcher 4, so that when they make a Witcher 4, I can call it Witcher 4. Witchest.
Witchist?
Witchest.
Yes.
It's going to start.
Witcher. Witchest.
It's going to start Siri, who is the witchest.
Right.
See, her
Witch,
mother is
Witcher,
a witch.
Witchest.
Her father is a witcher, and she is the witchest.
I should be hired to subtitle games so I can create Witchest.
Okay, a noble pursuit, I guess. I don't think we answered this one, but we're gonna move on.
I like the objective.
All right, I got Assassin's Creed Objective.
Come on, y'all would play Witchest.
Oh, that. Okay, Witchist wasn't the problem.
No, but no, it's Assassin's Creed Ezio. It's just Ezio. It's Ezio time.
Yeah, it's Ezio time. Okay, I don't know. Assassin's Creed Ezio is not bad, but like we wouldn't even like that wouldn't really mean much to us like at that time, right? Like
It's Assassin's Creed 2. It's Ezio's turn to star in a game, you jerks.
finally let Ezio have one.
Fine, okay, it's Ezio time.
Assassin's.
Creed 2. Let Ezio have this one.
I was thinking that one would be
He's
like.
had the most of the games in the series.
I know. It's doing a goof
Mom
'em
said
up.
it's my turn to use the Xbox.
Yes.
Okay.
I wanna play that one.
All right.
Assassin's Creed 2. It's my time to use the assassination.
All right. I've got to regain control here. This is
Actually,
this
a
is,
real one. I thought Assassin's Creed Renaissance.
Does it have to be accented so you have to say Renaissance?
It does.
Yes.
Okay, then I agree. All right, let's finish this out. Last one, Far Cry 5.
Cry farther.
Okay.
What?
We can't hear you. You're too far away.
The villain was right. Why was the villain right?
Yeah, like it could be like well, I was thinking like focus more on like the the nature of like the the ritualistic sort of like, or like the location, yeah, like, but I was thinking more like
You can't expect us to be serious.
yeah,
Bold of you to assume that I
Far
play
Cry,
anything
Crab Rangoon.
JRPGs.
far it's called Far Cry cult country. Okay.
Far Cry 5.
Montana.
No, Pagan Min is not back in this one.
We didn't get Pagan Min for this one, sorry.
Far Cry 5, why am I even playing this? There's no
Far
Pagan
Cry
Min.
5 featuring a disappointing lack of Pagan Man.
Yeah,
Far Cry 5, no Crab Rangoon.
yeah, it's this one is actually, there wasn't any Crab Rangoon in this. It did have a bear though, which was good.
It did.
Far Cry 5, there's a bear in this one.
Far Cry 5, there's a bear in this
bear?
one. It's a pet bear, yeah. You can
His
like
name is Cheeseburger?
his name is Cheeseburger, and he eats
Yeah.
cheeseburgers. He's diabetic.
But not, I'd say Far Cry 5 Montana.
Far Cry 5, munch time, baby.
Yeah.
Far Cry 5, flyover country.
Fly.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, that's
do it.
good. Let's do it. Lock it in. All right. So let's close out. We have for our closing out, I want to do a thing called the wishing well. Everyone, you've got. Oh, look around you. Look up in the air. You see it, a sparkle. Grab it quickly.
Do I have an electrical problem?
Get it.
Oh dear.
Okay. This is a wish. You get to make one gaming related wish and throw it into the wishing well, and we all will collectively will it into existence.
Oh boy.
Yeah. What you got?
I don't know.
Okay.
Give me some more time.
Good
Let me
content.
hear y'all's wishes first.
Sure.
I wish for no more delays for Cyberpunk 2077's release date.
Okay, well, I was sort of wanting to keep them in the realm of reality, I guess, but
Okay, I wish for a release date for Metroid Prime 4 and Breath of the Wild 2. Doesn't have to be soon. I just want.
Oh yeah.
Okay, fair.
God.
Okay, my beautiful wish is for a complete from the ground remake of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 called Sonic Adventure Rerun. I will pay $500 for it.
Oh,
Please, and
Rerun's a
thank you.
good name.
Right? I thought of that myself.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
All right, Elizabeth, what you got?
Oh god. Here, I'll wish for now for the Animal Crossing villager NPCs to have some more dialogue options. Cause God, they need some more dialogue options. They say
You
the
could have
same
had
two
any.
things.
You could have had anything.
That's legitimately
you
what I
want.
can think
Okay.
of right now.
All right, that's
Elizabeth
fair.
went and wished for the stars.
You know what? That's totally fair. Oh, all right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been the pilot episode of GameBusters. Hopefully, you'll be hearing more of us in the future. Come check out our content at GameLuster.com. We do news, we do features, we do videos, and we've got a lot of stuff going on. Come check us out.
And if you're more of a film and TV person, don't forget our sister site, FlickLuster.com.
Yeah, absolutely do. Please come by FlickLuster. If you like reading hot takes about Hamilton, they're not there yet. We will work on it. Anyone have any hot takes about
Kate's
Hamilton
already writing
for the
that
site?
as you
Kate-
said it.
Yeah, I'm already writing my Hamilton hot takes. So,
Okay, good,
no,
good.
I already dibs that.
They'll be there. All right. We can go around, and so you can find me at Gondizi on Twitter. And the rest of you?
Oh boy, that's okay. I'm Punsona. Instead of the O, it's a 0.
That's very cool.
I am
On Twitter. Yeah.
on Twitter. I am at Der letzten Tanz, German for the last dance.
I'm Ryu Shikaze. You can find me in the innocence in a young child's heart. And on Twitter, I guess.
You can find me in the Valley of
Yeah.
Plenty where you possibly
Yeah.
to your way.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for joining us, and Tim, as the winner of our Hall of Fameluster session sent earlier, you get the last words.
Geeble gobble, geeble gobble. One of us. One of us.
Poor Tool.